Gamer Dan, what's happening, man?
Hey, Happy New Year, or at least in 5 seconds.
Yes. Yeah. Detonation, Guy Fawkes. That's what it's about, my man. I don't know where you were when this happened.
Yeah,
Apart
fresh,
from,
clean slate.
yeah, 2024, man, was finally here. We had a good Christmas. How was your New Year celebration, by the way?
Hope everyone out there had good Christmases, had fun, played lots of games, and is ready for the new year. It should be a good one. Last year was a good year for games. We had some ups
Yeah,
and downs, but I thought it was a good year.
definitely. I feel that yeah, definitely some noteworthy blunders and point like you mentioned on the last Christmas, which is very happy. But generally speaking, I think there's a lot of good things last year. But so
I
next year,
can't hear you because the bells.
all right, that's enough of them bells, jingle bells and New Year bells all over. All right, people, the year started, and I thought I'd jump into a special video today on a channel called Side Scrollers. Some of you may know this and know their political leanings. That's not what this is about. This is just gaming news. And this guy's on the Side Scrollers was talking about what a guy called Craig on Side Scrollers, in case you know him. I'm subbed. He's sad. It's sad thinking about Miyamoto retiring. Now, apparently, it's been a rumor of that. See Miyamoto retiring.
Mm.
I was thinking, if that happens, oh my god. So I was thinking,
It's a lot to talk about.
yeah. Well, I guess we should. I guess we can just jump. It's a 7 minute video, actually. I thought we should just jump in and give our thoughts before we. I mean, gosh, I mean, don't do it, Shigeru. I mean, we already lost the voice actor of Mario. You can't.
Yeah,
Oh well.
but
Yeah. So
that's just inevitable. Let's watch the video and then
I don't know.
we'll up.
yes, do it. Oh my god, I got double speed. Sorry, turn off.
I don't know. I like when that day comes where Shigeru Miyamoto retires. I will be a sad boy. Shigeru Miyamoto. This is a guy that I've always admired. I've loved his games. He is a creative genius in being able to take his experiences and bring them over to video games. Obviously, the story behind Zelda is that it was inspired by him walking around his little village and exploring and stuff.
Caves.
And he takes all these like really creative ideas. And the thought of Shigeru Miyamoto retiring or dying is devastating
No.
to me
No,
as an
knock on wood.
adult and as a child. It's crazy. Like, because I think as soon as Shigeru Miyamoto moves on from Nintendo, either through retirement or death, Nintendo takes a big step back. I think he is a driving force in that. So the question is, how long will Shiggy be around at Nintendo? Which I saw this headline and I thought, whew, that's good. As Shigeru Miyamoto currently has no plans to retire just
he's confirmed
yet.
it. I've been hearing rumors.
He is thinking about who I can pass things
That's
on
what I'm saying.
to in the future.
You need a successor.
Which means the end is in sight. He is 71 years old, right? So obviously it's pretty crazy to think about. So Miyamoto said in an interview that he has no such plans just yet and is instead thinking about the day I fall over. Speaking of obviously death. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. More so than retiring, I think about the day I fall over. In this day and age, you have to think about things in 5-year time span. So I do think about who I can pass things on to in case something does happen. So there you go. He added, I'm really thankful that there's so much energy around things that I've worked on. These are things that have already gone out into the world. They've been cultivated by other people who have been raising them, helping them grow. So in that sense, I don't feel too much ownership over them anymore, which I think that's kind of an interesting statement. The idea that this guy who, Mario, Zelda, Pikmin, you go down the list, he's been attached to it, and he's like,
I can see that. Like as a maybe I don't know. I feel like those are iconic franchises, but if it's for me, like making music, I only like the most recent thing I did. Like the most recent thing I did is my favorite thing.
Oh my god, dude! The meeting's gonna end in 10 minutes. Let's pause.
You know, like I don't know. I feel like I want to hear. Sometimes I want to write for other people, hear people.
Okay, ready? Sorry, we'll be right back. In fact, why don't we let this thing play? Because it's only got 10 minutes. And
then, let's play this thing out, and then we'll
come back. Yeah, okay. Yes.
My raps. I want to mix. Like I feel like it's just evolution of a creative. I feel like being attached to you got to kill your darlings. You know,
at a certain point, you just put a gun in the mouth of your creations.
Yeah, I mean, because if I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you can. I don't know. Rappers, like in music, rappers they overstay their welcome all the time, and then it becomes like terrible. So I don't know. Maybe he's just.
Well, so here's my counter to that: is that Shigeru Miyamoto has done very little wrong during his time in the video game space, right? And he started 40 years ago doing this when he was in his 30s, and now he's 71, and nobody bats 1,000. Nobody is perfect. Nobody hits 10 out of 10 threes, right? But I think he's had about as close to a perfect career as you can possibly have, and being about as well regarded as you can possibly be, keeping his nose out of trouble, and being like this wholesome, wonderful face of video games, which I think he's like everything that's right. And he may be a horrible person. He legitimately, he may be like the worst person in the world. He may beat kids and do horrible things, but it's never gotten out, which I think is like the most fascinating thing about it. And his public persona is outstanding, and the fact that he's grown with literally his entire adult life, from his past his formative years and from his early 30s all the way to now his senior years, has been spent making this medium spectacular and inspiring others. I mean, literally countless people to enter the video game space, enter the entertainment space, and do what they love. And I don't know, when that day comes where Shigeru Miyamoto retires, I will be a sad boy. And I'll also be a very pessimistic boy when it comes to Nintendo.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Do you trust his ability to choose a predecessor? Or no, not predecessor. Is it predecessor?
Successor.
Someone comes
Successor.
after him. Successor, yeah. Do you trust his ability to do that?
Yes, I do. But the thing about successors is oftentimes they fuck things up.
Yeah.
And they don't have the same vision that the original creator did. Hence what you're seeing
I have some thoughts.
Major companies like, I don't know, Disney.
You can look at Lord of the Rings for that.
Right. How many times has something been handed off to somebody that, whether it's either through literally handing it off and appointing a successor, or an acquisition of something, and it just totally shit the bed, countless times. And Nintendo being a Japanese company, I think helps it a little bit. But I think that the amount of goodwill that Shigeru Miyamoto has he's a god. This guy is a walking, talking video game god. And what he says ultimately,
arguably the GOAT.
I don't care if you're the CEO of Nintendo, CEO of Sony, Microsoft, or I don't care if you're Bill fucking Gates, right? If Shigeru Miyamoto comes up to you and says, "This is what I want in the video game," you say, "Okay, yes, sir," because he's done it and he's done it right. So, he's the one that I always look to and be like, "Wow, that's spectacular." And I'm glad to see that he's not retiring anytime soon. Also joining us now, the one, the only, Carolyn. How are you?
Who are you? Oh,
hello.
Great to see you.
Good to be here.
Labs didn't say anything.
Yes.
What's up?
Any thoughts on Shigeru Miyamoto having no plans to retire just yet, Kara?
Just let him die in Nintendo. Don't give it to anybody else. Let him stay there for as long as he absolutely freaking wants to.
Hey, Shigeru!
At a certain point, there's no reason to push him out by any means.
So should they end the franchises though? End Donkey Kong and Mario?
No,
and if he dies?
No,
stupid.
I think you give people an opportunity to fuck it up.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Because ultimately, what will happen is people may fuck it up, and if they do, it'll only lift Miyamoto up that much more.
All right. So everybody, I'm just gonna stop this video just for now. And we're gonna come back because this thing, Zoom's gonna knock us off. Bastards. All right, catch you in a moment. It's gonna sign off and we'll be right back.
Talk soon.
Yeah.